Hey guys, welcome to musiciansunite.com. This is a brand new and fast-growing website that's becoming a great place for musicians to network and learn from each other. All right, my name is Jamie Lewis. I'm a bass player and producer in Los Angeles, and I'm appearing today as a guest from labasslicks.com, which is my online bass school. Today I'm going to talk about how to make a living in music. Okay. Normally I do videos on education, bass playing, and all that sorts of stuff that relates specifically to how to play music. Today we're going to ditch all that. I want to talk about how to make music your livelihood, or at least some ways you can think about it. Okay. Now, before I get too far into this, I need to say go to musiciansunite.com right now. Create a profile and log in before April 30th of 2013. By doing this, you're automatically entered into a drawing to win a $500 gift card from Musician's Friend, okay? You want this, trust me. So go ahead, create a profile, log in before April 30th. Now, what was I saying? Right. Okay, how to make a living in music. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained. You're going to experience that in this video. Okay, let me give you some things to think about. The first thing I need to do is I need to debunk the music industry for you. Because a lot of people kind of look at it like this great, or this like mystical cloud of like, ooh, how do you get in? Or who do you got to know? And I'm going to help you get through all that, okay? It's really easy, but the first thing you need to do, you need to look at your business as, well, you need to know your business. And that means you're self-employed. Okay, unless you're working for a recording studio, like you're an engineer who works for this studio, or you work at a record label, or you manufacture physical discs for, I don't know, like then, okay, obviously you're working for a company if you're doing any of those things. But as a musician, and typically in the music industry, you are a self-employed person, meaning you are responsible for your business. And more importantly, you need to understand that you're selling something. Okay, you are selling your services, your ideas, your thoughts, your music, your expression, and that's really important for you to understand that. And if you look at it as a self-employed businessman, salesman, then all those mystical, ooh, I don't know what's going on kind of stuff, it starts to make sense. The fog will clear, trust me. So let me explain it to you. Or let me put it to you this way. Let's look at a different business model. Let's put music industry off to the side, and let's look at something like opening up a store. Okay, we've all been to stores before. We know how it works. So how do you open up a store? Or pretend this. You tell me, hey, I want to open up a store. Okay, I got 6 questions for you, and these are important ones. And you should probably ask yourself these questions before you open your doors for business. Number 1, what kind of store is it going to be? That's pretty important because it's going to help you answer the next few questions, like what are you going to sell? Okay, so if you're a grocery store, you're going to sell produce and meat and candy bars and stuff or whatever, right? Versus if you are a hardware store, okay, you don't need any of that stuff. You need hardware, bolts and screws and tools and, plumbing equipment, like whatever. This is big. Know what you're going to sell, because that's going to tell you what do you need. What qualifications do you have to have? Do you need to pull any permits or licenses? This is pretty big. If you open up a restaurant, do you need a liquor license? Are you going to sell alcohol at this place? Or do you need, I've never worked at a restaurant. Do you need some sort of license in order to prepare food for people? Do you need FDA approval? Are you packaging stuff and distributing it, right? Important stuff. No, you don't want to get in legal trouble. Where are you going to get your product from? Okay, if you're making stuff, where are you going to get those materials? If you're distributing stuff, where are you going to get it? Grocery store, right? You need agriculture. You need meat from slaughterhouses and stuff. Where are you going to get it? I don't know, but that's for you to decide once you know what kind of store you want, right? So location, where is it going to be? Is it a brick and mortar site? Or are you going to do like an online business? Because you could totally run a store from your home with eBay and Amazon, all that great stuff. If you're a restaurant, you might want to be close to a freeway right off the exit, so you'll get lots of traffic. Or don't open a grocery store right next to another grocery store, because then you got some direct competition. That's no fun. So location plays a big key as well. And lastly, who are your customers? Right? Because if you're selling hardware, power tools and stuff, don't advertise on Disney Channel or Cartoon Network or places where stay-at-home moms and children are watching, because they're probably not going to buy your stuff. You want to cater to guys in their late 20s and 30s, and construction workers. That's who your market is, right? So you can see how those 6 questions really let you know how you're going to run your business, where you're going to get your stuff from, who you need to hire, it just kind of lays it all out for you. And it's like, boom, 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 knock them out. And guess what? You're in business. You've got a store. Now the problem, okay, we're going to leave this model for a second. The problem with the music industry is a lot of people go, oh, I want to make a living in music. but I don't know what I want to do, or I just want to do all of it, right? This is tricky because, again, you've got to know what you want to do. Let's start off again. Instead of what kind of store you're going to open, what vein of the music industry do you want to be in? Okay, do you want to be a teacher, an educator? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be in the studio? Do you want to be on the road? Do you want to be, I don't know, a sideman? I mean, there's so many different places that you can go within the music industry, and obviously you can do them all. You can do multiple of them. I mean, I do. I don't do just one thing, but understand that those are different stores. They're different jobs. They're not all the same thing. In other words, getting a reputation as a studio rat isn't going to help me be a bass teacher. It's not going to bring me in students. I got to pursue those guys separately from my session work. You see what I'm getting at? So a lot of people have a hard time with this, and they're juggling all these different jobs, and they fall flat on their face because they get overwhelmed quite easily. We all do. So know what it is that you're pursuing, and that's going to help you answer the following questions, right? So instead of what are you selling, well, no, it's the same. What are you selling? All right? Are you an artist? Are you selling music that you've written? Are you selling performances, right? Tickets to shows and stuff. Are you selling your services? Okay, if you're a sideman, you're a session guitar player, a studio guitar player, are you selling your expertise and your ability to look at a chart, read it, and play exactly what the guy wants you to, right? Know what it is that you're selling. Know how to pitch it, because that's going to help you know what your qualifications or what do you need in order to have this job. Are you teaching? So maybe you need a master's degree or a doctorate or some sort of credential. Union, if you're doing TV and film work, you need to be in the musicians union, right? All sorts of different things. And again, knowing which vein of the music industry you're trying to break into is going to help you know what you need to get and what it is that you need to sell. Where are you going to get your work from? Okay, instead of where you're going to get your products from, where are you going to get your work from? As a sideman, you need to seek out artists. You need to seek out bands who are auditioning positions you play in. If you're a studio guy, you need to find studios. You need to find songwriters. You need to find producers, people who are going to get you work. If you are an artist, you need to find fans. Where are you going to get them? The internet's a great place. Playing live and touring is a great place. Or, where are you going to get your merch from? There's all these different places online where you can, buy your t-shirts, have your CDs duplicated. You need to know these things. This is really important. Location. Do you need to live somewhere special? Do you need to be close to a big city, or can you run this from your home? You're going to do it as an online thing. Just doing YouTube videos and selling stuff on iTunes. You need to know that, because if you need to move to a city, in other words, if you're trying to get into the studio and you're 3 hours away from the closest one, don't think you're going to have a successful career as a session player because you're too far away from the action, number one. And also, you're just not in that scene. You're not involved in it, and no one's going to call you if they don't know who you are. That's obvious. Okay, audience. Who are you going to market this to? Okay, if you're an artist, what demographic? What age, what gender, what cultural ethnicity, right? If you're making music that's only in one language, it's not going to appeal to people who don't understand that language or understand that culture, So you don't want to go for them. You want to go for the people who get it, the people who know what you're doing. Same thing, like, if you're going after like teeny bop, teenage girls doing like, pop music, that's not going to cater to, boys in junior high and high school who are angry and rebellious at the moment. So like you got to know who your target audience is, and you need to go to the places where they are. The forums, the websites, the magazines they're reading, the TV that they're watching, whatever it is, this helps you market your product to them. Okay, so if you ask yourself these questions, again, pertaining to any other industry, and you apply them to the music industry, all of a sudden it becomes very clear what it is that you need to do. And here's the coolest thing. The hardest thing is knowing what you want to do. The easiest thing is getting there, because you just follow the steps. You knock these things out one by one, and before you know it, you're making a living in music. Now notice I prefaced this by saying it's not about making millions, because I can't guarantee that, and I'm not a millionaire, so obviously I don't know how to be a millionaire, but you can make a living in music without having to hold a day job. I don't. I support my family completely on my music paycheck. I live comfortably, and I get to do I get to do what I'm passionate about. I don't have to work a day job. I don't have to go anywhere and do other things that I don't like. I get to do solely music, teaching music, recording music, performing music. I love it. And it's doable. I know it's doable because I do it myself. Okay. So ask these things to yourself about the specific vein of the music industry you're trying to break into. And understand this. No one, and I mean this, no one is going to do any of this for you. You have to ask these questions. You have to figure out the answers to them, and you need to do them. No, if you're waiting for your big break, it's not coming. Okay? You got to go find it, and then, you can work your way into it, but no one's going to seek you out if they don't know who you are. I wouldn't hire someone, again, look at it like it's another job. I wouldn't hire someone that I don't trust, that I don't know exists, that I don't know is qualified for what I want them to do, or that I don't like. It's another big thing. Don't be a jerk. Be a nice guy or girl, and don't be someone who's hard to hire, because they're not going to want you, right? So you've got to do this on your own, and you've got to pursue it as if you were pursuing any other career. This isn't a hobby. This isn't a pipe dream. This is something real that you want to make happen, and you can do it if you put in the time now. Stay tuned for the next episode that I'm going to do in about a week, and we'll do more then. So take care, and we'll see you.